Hi. Are you enjoying Father's Day?
Yeah, we're not really doing anything.
Same as every day.
So, Gareth, the first question's for you, and you're at the beginning of your family's Highland dancing journey, referring to you and your two girls, and I was just wondering, what brought you into Highland dance?
Mum. Mum taught forever, and I'm guessing that I was kicking about while she was dancing at the Highland Games. So I was probably seeing dancing on the go. Then when Mum was at a class, it's probably, I'm guessing, I've never asked, but babysitting. I'll have been at the class because Mum needed me there. Obviously, it's a bit of dance in my blood, and it developed from there. And all of a sudden, I then started dancing.
And what made you want to introduce your two girls into Highland dance as well?
It was a bit of the same. When they were here, I was practicing in the house. I was still competing.
My mum had her class as well.
Mum had a class, so again, it was a bit of babysitting for Isla. I was
Yeah.
down there at the class.
Because we wouldn't leave Mum's side.
No, we wouldn't leave the side. They started dancing. I gave them a couple of my old pairs of shoes. Now they were big, gigantic, so it was my 4.5, so they're tiny little feet. Totally awesome points.
So, Isla and Kirstin, next question's for both of you. Your dad was obviously a very successful Highland dancer. How did this inspire you throughout your own dancing careers? Isla, we'll start with you.
Well, when we were little, we knew Dad was world champion, but we never really knew what that was or how good he was. It was only actually until during quarantine we saw videos of him dancing at Cowell and we were like, whoa, his high cuts are amazing. From before that, we kind of just knew people said that he was good, but we hadn't actually seen that. But I think from a young age, what we were aware of was his 50-step fling and everything. And we were like, whoa, because that was something that nobody'd ever really done before. And we were in novice or intermediate, and we were like, whoa, 50 steps, you barely managed in 4, that's amazing. But yeah, I think it's just, and then as well, he's really always encouraged us to practice and practice. For him, he's always been yeah, you might not be completely naturally talented at birth, but if you work hard, then you can achieve anything. Just because you're not born with gifted talent at dancing, it doesn't mean you can't work hard and achieve what you want to achieve. So yeah, definitely that. And then when it comes to practicing, he'll practice us, and he makes up the most stupid challenges ever. He'll make us dance to the most dad music you've ever heard. It's rock music from the 70s or something. And it'll be so fast, and we'll just be you'll do high cuts to it. And if we ever say, oh, that's quite fast, he'll be like, well, I'll show you, push us aside. And then he'll get on the mat, and it's it could be work shoes and suit, and start doing high cuts or start doing back step and travel. And you're like, look, I could do it to time. And then not only that, he'll tell us to tell Claire. He'll be like, oh, have you told Claire that I beat you at that challenge yet? And even if we've practiced and we're so confident that we're better at it than him, we're we've been practicing this, we've got this in the bag, we're doing this. We'll go to him and be like, no, mine's still better, and you'll do it again. And if we try and pick out a fault, if we're like, Dad, your knees are a wee bit turned in, they're hitting the worktop. Well, I'm 50. Well, 50 odd, I'm broken, I've got work shoes on. So we can never win. And it's always everything's a challenge as well. So I think that's where we want to try and compete against you, even though that's obviously not possible. In our heads, we're we want to compete against you, to win these challenges.
Yeah. Kirstin, what about you?
Yeah, so it's kind of the same, but ever since I was wee, I always just wanted to be like my dad. I always wanted to my goal was always to be top 3 in the world. So yeah, just from a young age, I've always tried to push against it, and then all the stupid challenges as well.
Yeah.
They've always just kind of motivated us along the way, and it brings fun to it as well.
Yeah, and it could be any challenge.
Yeah, it could be anything.
The most recent one during lockdown is tapping challenges, and he's like, oh, how can your timing not be good? No wonder it's not good if you can't tap in time to random music. And we're like, well, we're not trying to play the African bongo drums. That's not our hobby. Our hobby's dancing. We don't need to be able to tap into time with the music.
You do.
But it's still a competition. Oh yeah, you'll still make it a competition, you'll still win.
Gareth, the era you danced in, as mentioned by so many people, was really dominated by the male dancers. I was wondering, how did you keep yourself fit enough to compete against these other male dancers that were at the same caliber as you?
I just danced. Loads of people these days, they do other things, they do ballet and yoga and lots of bits. I danced. If I needed to get more fit, I danced more.
Yeah.
That was it.
Did you find it difficult having these other males at the same kind of level at you in this?
No, it was absolutely great. Obviously, Derek was there, my brother. So we were in the same class together. Every dancing class, we fought each other. We were there to outdo each other. The class, when we went to competitions, even our local competitions, they were scary competitions. We would regularly have 4 or 5 world champions in the section at a normal comp, or you go to Market Highland Games, or you go to Dundee Highland Games, you go to Arbroath Games, maybe only 6 in the group. 4 or 5 of those guys either had won or went on to win world champion. So that itself pushed you. There was never an easy competition. Went along, everything was hard. Until you went up north, then the games up there were a bit more fun. They were completely different. Remember competing against another guy, Gary Mills. He went up there, he was dancing at Holkirk, so was I. Went up, did the fling, and my foot slightly started going round the leg, the crossover. The end of the fling, saw the judge arguing with the Highland Dancing organiser, who was nothing to do with Highland Dancing, but he organised it. Because Marion had dropped me to third, because my foot stuck in my leg. And he said, no, Gareth's got to get first. Why? He did that, that's not right, you have to drop him. No, Gareth's a world champion, Gareth's my friend, he gets the first.
Yeah, and even when we went up to Holkirk, like recently, like a couple of years ago, the guy was still there and he was like, oh, Gareth, it's so good to have you back. And he was like, I'll make a special announcement on you. And we're like, geez, oh, Dad's getting more fame. We like won our groups or something. Dad was getting more fame than we were.
Isla, you're a big inspiration to dancers for many reasons, and a particular one being coming back from dancing after a serious injury and then going on to come top 6 in the world 2 years in a row. How did you really work to achieve this?
Well, when I had my spinal surgery, I was 12. I didn't really think at the time like I was ever going to stop me dancing. I was just like, oh well, I was getting it in November. So I was like, I just won my first championship at the Europeans, which was in Belgium, and that was in September. And I'd won a couple after that, and I was like, oh my God, I've won my first championship. That's what I wanted to do. That was like a wee goal of mine. So then I was all like riled up. I didn't want to, I didn't ever see it was like, oh, that's possibly a stopping point for me at dancing. It was only like years later my gran had said, she was like, oh, that might have actually stopped you. And then thinking about it, I was like, oh yeah, it actually could have. But I just kind of thought, I was like, oh, well, the season's off anyway, I'll be back by the next season, which I was. Like, I came out at the Europeans in that April, and I didn't really feel much difference. But like, it's obviously really cool to feel like an inspiration, because I never really saw, like, I just thought it was part of my journey, really. I never really thought I would inspire other people, and I think that's the thing, like, I'm really honoured to kind of feel like an inspiration. But for other people, like, I would definitely say just keep going. If dancing's what you love, or like whatever it is that you love, just because like you might have a wee obstacle or a wee hurdle in the way, it doesn't mean you can't. If you love something that much, you can totally overcome it. And then when you do, it actually feels if, and I like still tell myself this now, like, if, especially in the situation we are, like, I definitely feel like everything happens for a reason. So obviously it's awful, like, that Cow was cancelled. I was absolutely devastated when we found out about that. Like, but I'm like, everything happens for a reason. So I think that this is just like another hurdle. This is just another thing. So like, when we do get back and when people do start achieving their aims again, and whether it's like surgery or an injury, like, you'll feel more proud of it, because you'll like, look at everything I've overcome to actually get that title, as opposed to just, well, I know I'm not trying to take it away and say, no, if you win it straight off, like, it's not good. Of course it's amazing, of course it would be good, but if you've had all these hurdles, you're like, look at how far I've come, look at what I've managed to power through, which is amazing.
And you either teeth it, I mean, an obstacle comes up, you either say, all right, well, that's my excuse, I'm going to slow down, or you just fight past it and say, right.
Yeah. And I think that's what I did. Like, I was just so determined to get back to dancing. I just loved it. And I saw Kirstin get back. Well, she didn't stop. But I saw Kirstin dancing, and I wanted to get back to class as soon as possible. And like, yeah, I just never really let it stop me. Like, it did kind of affect my dancing, I would say, a wee bit, like, because I was stiffer. But there's nothing really I can't do now. Like, I think at the time it affected like my jump, because I had to basically, in hospital, I had to relearn how to walk.
You can't do forward rolls.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's not really a necessity of Highland. Like, I can't really do like stretchy, weird. If it was another type of dance, I might be a wee bit affected. But because it's Highland, that we have to be stiff anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, and I think as well for the dancers who look up to me and find me as an inspiration, obviously they're younger than me. So obviously when I'm kind of like older and kind of not dancing, so people won't really know that my whole journey, my whole back getting done and everything. They'll be the people that younger dancers look up to, especially because like scoliosis or any sort of injury or surgery is not uncommon. It is quite common. So they'll be the ones that people look up to, and I think that's really cool for them as well. And that's what I want them to be. I want them to be inspirations, and they will be. Of course, they will be. They're going through the same journey.
I have Katie right now, who is kind of acting. You're a massive inspiration to her. For that exact reason.
Because I remember at the time, like I loved like my scar on my back. I thought it was so cool. But like some people at the time, well, not at the time, but other people who might have the surgery might not feel so comfortable with it. But I think, yeah, definitely having somebody with that, and I'm like, oh, we'll have matching scars and all that. Like I think it's cool. Yeah.
Kirstin, you were invited to perform in the Commonwealth opening ceremonies in 2014. Can you kind of describe the experience of that and how much of an honour it was to be picked?
Yeah, so I always remember like the day that my mum said like, oh, you've been asked to dance at the Commonwealth Games, and I was like so in shock. I was like, you're joking. And then I just remember like being like so excited but like so nervous at the same time because I was like, how old was I, like 12? No, I think I was like 13, 14, about that age. I can't really remember. I wasn't entirely like sure like what it actually was. I just knew like there was going to be so many people watching, like thousands.
Yeah, we'd never really danced in front of a big audience or anything.
And I was so excited. And then like all the rehearsals, like there were so many other amazing dancers. It was just so amazing, like the whole experience. And then especially like, the day of the performance, like I just remember like walking out onto like the like stadium floor and just like looking up at the crowds and being like, wow, like it was amazing, just amazing that whole day. And even since like that was probably the first kind of thing that we done that wasn't like, well, I done that wasn't like competitive. Up until then it was all kind of just like competition really, except from like we like shows at the class. But after that, like I've had so many more opportunities to do things that are like performing, and they're so fun. Like I find them so fun and so more like obviously I find competitions enjoyable, but I think performing is just like a different experience that's also like enjoyable. But yeah, it was just amazing.
So Gareth, you as an older dancer regularly compete against brother Derek, and I was just wondering, was there anything that advice wise you gave to your girls now that they compete quite often against each other?
Yep, they still need to compete against each other, but the two of them then compete against the whole of the rest of the group. Obviously, Chloe, that includes you. But yeah, so they're there, they have to try and beat each other. Target would be first and second, whatever order. Derek and I, we always used to, live in the same group, we just split the prize money, so from that point of view, it didn't matter who won.
Yeah.
We'll come back with both of the same money. The girls do the same thing as well.
And if Logan goes, he gets a
yeah, Logan gets
money
his
as well.
Attendance fee, supporters fee, which is fine as well.
So he also encourages us because he's like, oh, you have to be dancing well, you have to practice. Because like if we do better, the more money he gets as well. Yeah. So it's fun having Logan there. We do love having Logan at the games.
So Gareth, obviously you did compete against your brother. Was that any rivalry?
It was really. I mean, when time we got through to the same section, so 16 plus, the championships, Derek tended to win them anyway. The Highland Games, it was much more relaxed. We'd come back, we'd have a laugh in the car on the way back. We've got our money, so we've paid our petrol, we've probably made enough money to cover food on the way home, got spare cash. It's all be good. It'll just be a laugh. So while you're on the platform, it's dead serious. We were both there to win, and we were both there to beat each other. But as soon as the two of us were off, yeah, it's back to my brother again.
Girls, this kind of question is for both of you. What is your standout competitive memory and why? Again, Isla, I'll start with you.
I would say for me, it's definitely Cowell 2018, because I'd literally worked all like year basically. Because I kind of just got into the adults, and I was like, I really want to qualify in adults. I really want to continue doing well in the adults. Like I didn't want to go in there and not do as well as I had been. So I really wanted to keep going. So I practiced loads, and when I practiced, I would send videos to Claire and she would mark them. Like I was so focused on that and like making sure that everything was, I was a bit of a perfectionist, so like I was making sure everything was perfect all summer. And then literally just being there, I was like, right, this is like what I've been working for. And then obviously that high cut photo, I was like so determined. I was like, I really want a good high cut photo. And I remember telling you, and you being like, like photographers being like, make sure you get like a decent high cut photo. Like she wants one. And I like look through my feed and I'm like, oh my God, there's so many. But like, and then on the Saturday, because I think I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, I hope I don't like run out of energy for the Saturday, because obviously for me and you, we'd both done Thursday, Friday, and then we're about to go and do the Saturday as well. And then I think just a full adrenaline, I got up there, and especially the swords, like I was up with Marielle, I was just so excited to just be there. And I just danced it, like honestly, like I'd never loved how much I danced apart from that day. Like that was the best, well, in my opinion, that I danced, just because I was loving what I was doing. I didn't really care. Like I remember thinking in my head halfway through, I was like, I don't even care if I kick the swords, like as long as this is the best performance that I've ever done. And I got off and Claire was like, wow, that was amazing, like that's the best I've seen you dance. So it was like literally me, it was just like that pride of knowing that my hard work had paid off, and hearing Claire, who's like literally, I totally idolise Claire, her being like, yeah, I'm so proud of you for that. Like I was like, it's just amazing.
Yeah, we've still got that video. Watch it from time to time on the TV as well.
Yeah, it's been up on Facebook, because I just love it. Like I literally play that video every day. If I'm having a bad day, I'm like, let's watch that. Like it just makes me so happy just to see it. And I think that's the thing, like that makes me want to get back to Kowal as well, and just get back and relive that moment, because it was just so amazing for me. Yeah, but even the whole of the 2018, like the whole summer was so good, because obviously that was the year Kirstin turned up to Kowal, like she won the Thursday and then rocked up in a moon boot the day after, because she had like a stress fracture. Yeah. So we couldn't really do we weren't really doing loads of championships in the run up to Kowal, because we were like, well, I didn't want to go, like we didn't want to go to different places. So we were just going to loads and loads of games, so it was really fun. Like we went to Sirius and we met like Gordon Ramsay, we went to Alba, and I remember Kirstin, like I packed Kirstin's, Kirstin had just got a new kilt, and I packed her old, like the one time I packed the cakes. I always packed her old kilt, but her new socks, so I had like mismatch. You had like a wee strop before it started, but I had a strop, and I was like, I'm not dancing, I can't dance. And then there was a best dress as well, and I was like, oh my God, on like the day that I've messed everything up, there happens to be a best dress. And we both went up for it, and like Kirstin I think came second, and I came third, and I was like, so how can I even come second in a best dress with mismatched kilt, which you claimed didn't even fit you, and socks. Like, and then just like the running races at Aberfeldy, and then obviously like going places, going to loads of games, especially with Logan. Like we absolutely love going with Logan, because like on the way home, like you'll come with us and we'll stop off at say Dunkeld, like especially like Loch Earnhead and Pitlochry and all that. We'll stop off at Dunkeld and we'll have like a wee barbecue and everything. It's just like it's just so much more relaxed. But we couldn't dance at championships because we like wanted to get Kirstin to Kowal, like we didn't want to break her before. You know. But it was really fun. Just that whole summer, it was like, and then even being in the car, like literally just driving, because obviously it's quite a distance to us to get to class as well and go to private lessons. It's like a 3-hour round trip. So in the cars, like for all these journeys, I must have spent such a fortune in petrol, like thinking back at this. But like we'd literally be singing in the car, eating our Nando's. You'd be feeding me my Nando's while I'm driving home. Like it would just be so fun. Like just the experience. That was a good summer. That was a good summer.
Kirstin, what about you? Is there a standout competitive memory for you?
So like I said, like the whole 2018, like that summer, that was like a really good memory. Like that was probably one of the best years. But like another memory that would like stick out to me was when I came 5th in the world, and it was like just like an amazing moment, because I'd always dreamed of like coming like in the world lineup. And then that exact same year, like Isla came 6th in the world, and it was like
none of us expected it as well.
It was both of our first time, like just like coming in the lineup.
Yeah, it was my first time qualifying, like,
and it was just an amazing moment, like, and
Dad was probably crying.
Yeah, probably, but that's probably one that sticks out the most.
So while we're on the topic of Kowal, Gareth, obviously you won the Worlds not once but 4 times. Is there a particular title that sticks out to you, and why?
Well, it was a couple. Crazy. First one in '85, Derek and I both won. Cowell same year. So that was us both become World Championships the very first time. It's 20 years after Mum won her title. She did it at 65. Couple of years later, I think it was 88, that was quite exciting one, won that one. That was the year I got my first set of Danone crutches, because I'd really messed up my Achilles quite badly when I was 14, so quite a while before that. It's been getting worse and worse and worse, still getting worse and worse. Following year of that, 89, real damage to my legs that year. I can't remember whether it was a fracture, break, whatever it was, something major, but I got my second set of the Danone crutches that year. So that was quite an exciting year as well. So no, and 88 again, Derek and I both picked it up the same year as well. So that was 2 years we had done both. So Cowell, it's a lot of great memories for me. The girls said they both got their lineup the first year. Last time that they competed, they both picked up the Scottish Championships, same day, same year. If you roll things back quite a bit, I mean, one of my earliest favourite memories of Cowell, I can't remember, it might have been 13, might have been 14. I got 4th in the swords. I can't remember whether that, I don't think that would have been a World's final, but possibly not. But at that point in time, I think it suddenly occurred to me that, hey, I actually was the 4th best sword dancer in my particular age group in the world at that point in time. So that was absolutely massive. I think that was one of my first Cowell medals. So yeah, the Cowell, it's got lots of different memories, all going on for obviously lots and lots of different reasons. It's now more stressful with the girls dancing than it was for me, because it was dead easy. When I practiced beforehand, I knew what I was doing: turn up, go down, jump on the stage, jump about, get off. That was my bit done. Whereas now, it's a case of watch the girls, help them warm up, watch them, try and hope that the results go the way they kind of think they should.
Deal with their
so there's an awful lot of that. Deal with well, Claire deals with the meltdowns.
Yeah.
From that point of view, try and deal with the rain as well. Latterly, when
sometimes Logan comes as well.
If we've got Logan there, if it's sunny, then it's fine. Cowell actually makes space for Logan and I around the front. If it's pouring the rain, it's really tricky. There's nothing much for Logan to do, so we're busy trying to plan out what we do for Cowell coming up with regards to Logan and myself. But the girls will be there, Claire will be there. I will either be there in their brains or watching them from somewhere on the platform, somewhere in the stadium.
Yeah, you always wear the brightest jacket.
Yeah.
So like we could be on the platform and we'll literally just look out for this bright yellow jacket and we're like, oh, there's Dad.
Yeah.
In the audience. Usually with his camera. He looks like one of the camera crew as well.
So that's all of my questions, but I do have just a little extra one. Gareth, you've done like your 50-step flying. Obviously, there was a good reason behind those. Can you kind of just like explain a bit about that?
Right. Well, my son, their brother Logan, he's got this condition called muscular dystrophy, and the particular strain he's got is Duchenne. So it's muscle wasting condition. So when he got diagnosed, I was trying to think, right, what can I do? I need to do something. It's difficult to speak to people, difficult to do things. And I thought, well, I can dance. All I can do is I can dance. So I came up with the idea of doing, at that point in time, 40-step fling. Raised a little bit of money for Logan through a care fund that we'll have set up for him, which is fine. We're able to buy sport wheelchairs, beds, other things that we're needing. And then it was a case of actually, how can I promote the Duchenne condition more widely? So I'd spoken to the guys at Cowell, Ronnie Cairns and so on. So they had said, well, come and do one at Cowell. Do your 40-step flying. I thought, well, I've done 40. All the facts sounds really nice. I'll do 50. All right, okay, then can I try and do 50? But in order to make it exciting, I needed to do 40. It was 40 different flying steps. There's no duplications. 50 was 50. Again, no duplications. So it's fine. So that videos are floating about on YouTube, and people do come across them from time to time. And albeit the fact they come across and say, "Oh, that was totally amazing," they all pick up on the Duchenne thing, which is what it was all for. It wasn't a case of how much of a psycho am I, because we all know that I am a complete way out there psycho. It raises awareness of the cause. So even Logan's football team down in Newcastle, they've picked up on the fling as well. So now they're obviously all aware of condition because the entire team has it. But the promotion and the awareness of the condition, the more that can be done for that, the better. So that's what the Flings was all about.
Yeah, and I definitely think it did work because, like, literally, when we go to any competition or games, everyone is more, looking, as opposed to like any of us really. Because everyone kind of knows because of what you've done, because of your flings that you've done, has raised so much awareness just because it was something really, really different.
Yeah, of course. And was it cool coming back to Cowell and dancing there after you had been so successful there before?
Yeah, it was. It was exciting to get back there. I have the kilt on. Most people didn't know what was happening. Like my family probably did, but most of the rest of the people didn't. So it was good. At one point in time, it was talking of doing it on the main stage, but I think it was pouring rain, so it didn't happen. That would have been really cool.
That would be so cool.
That would have been pretty smart. If I thought my legs were up to it, I'd speak to Ronnie about doing a 60.
Yeah.
But we'll wait and see on that one. I did my leaps. And
I know. I was literally
killed
about to
myself.
mention that, like the leaps you did out for the Facebook challenge thing, with all your like paracetamol and all your creams laid out.
I know. I'm still on the walk now.
All of your kind of group videos, because I know you danced with the girls quite recently.
Yeah.
That was quite cool.
Yeah, he could only do one of the dances we did for that clap for the NHS because by the rest of them he was injured.
That was too right. Yeah.
He did his leap challenge and he was like, nope, wrecked myself.
I know. They refer to me as broken guy.
Well, I just want to thank you so much for coming on and agreeing to do this, especially on Father's Day.
Oh, thank you for asking us as well. Thank you.
No, thank you so much for agreeing to come on.
Bye.